Hi everybody, welcome and welcome back. My name is Kimiko Sumi, and today I'm gonna just kind of do an encouragement video for those like me who are targeted individuals who get gang stalked like me, who just cannot seem to understand why they're targeted, and me too. Like I question quite often, why am I so targeted? Why does it seem like I'm so hated by everybody? Why do people like just disregard my feelings so much, and my wishes so much? Why do people disrespect me so much, or want to disrespect me so much, or want to hold me back so much? And this might apply to you too, but I've had not really an epiphany, but this old saying that people have said for years that I've heard, and most people have heard it, but I really just began to really pay attention to this saying or quote today. It stood out to me more than it ever has today. And I'm going to repeat it back to y'all. And maybe it might help you all out too, as well as me. But the quote is, thieves don't break into empty houses, okay? Thieves don't break into empty house. Okay, excuse me. Thieves don't break into empty houses, y'all. They just don't. Now, I understand people who, squatters, they'll break into a house that's empty, okay? But nobody that intentionally wants to steal from somebody or cheat or hold somebody down or, bully or harass or persecute or crucify or, just to disenfranchise, different things like that. Nobody goes out their way to take from somebody or cheat somebody that doesn't have value for no reason. They don't. It's not just because they're doing it. And I have a hard time, understanding that too. I'm having a hard time believing that too myself, because I'm so used to people not being jealous of me, or me not ever thinking that people were jealous of me until now, more recently. And I'm almost 40 years old, and I'm realizing that now a lot of the stuff that I've gone through is because of people's jealousy and hatred for me. And intimidation. You know what I'm saying? They were intimidated by me the whole time, probably jealous or just hateful. That's probably why I didn't get certain things. I didn't achieve certain things in life, or quicker than most people. Or I've had a lot of obstacles centered around jealousy, hatred, racism, intimidation. I've had a lot of things like that happen to me because of my skin tone, my hair texture, my weight, maybe the way I talk, the way I act, just for different reasons. Most people go through this anyway, but, targeted individuals, we really go through this a lot. People really apply pressure onto us, directly, because they really, really see us. They really, really, really put us on a high pedestal. Actually, we're like a trophy to them. We're like a trophy, or we're in a lot of people's eyes, we look way more glamorized than what they would ever actually tell us. They would never really tell a targeted individual how great they are. They would never really give them the support or anything like that they really deserve. And there are people that you might think, oh, they get all the support, and they still not getting the amount of support that they really actually deserve. Because in my opinion, I've said this before, Beyonce probably doesn't even get the support that you actually think that she should get, like that she has. She probably deserves to get way more support. And I'm not going to say any names, but I noticed that somebody has way more followers than her that does way less. Okay? And who she's actually prettier than, and that she's way more talented than. But I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it is somebody that she refuses to follow. But that person ironically follows her on Instagram. But I'm just going to say that, people don't, like the quote says, thieves will not break into an empty house, y'all. Because remember, a thief knows if they're going to steal, if their intentions are to rob a house, they must know that there's something in there that's valuable. And that's the same thing with people like us who are targeted or treated badly throughout our lives. People don't just punch down on you because all the time or most of the time or a great deal of the time. It's because you have something of value that they don't have, or they feel like they don't have, and they want to dim that light within you. They don't want you to see your potential, because if you see your potential, they know that you will go far. Okay, you will surpass them. They've seen your potential way before you ever even thought that you were, or noticed your own potential. A lot of the time, they saw you coming before they saw your victory before you could, and they hopped on it. People have done it to me all throughout my life, and it's still hard for me to believe that people are jealous of me. It really is. It's hard. It's like, but I know it's just like definitely it's like written on people's faces. I've been told that. I've even had people, a chick, what is it called? She sucker punched me over a guy, and actually this guy actually beat her up over me. Okay? But, I still don't look at myself as somebody to be envied. It's hard for me to see that, because most of my life, people have shoved me around. They've called me ugly. They've said that I was fat, just this and that. And it's been people that really shouldn't talk. Now that I look back, it's never really been somebody that would have the right to critique somebody's looks anyway. And now it seems like they're getting more aggressive and angrier because their old tactics are not working as well as they used to. Because for one, I know who I am, and I don't need to go into that. Secondly, I can see them more clearly than I ever have. And I've been doing that with my Buddhist practice for years, and even more so in the last 2 years, and even more so in the last year. I've been more strict with my Buddhist practice, my practice in Nichiren Buddhism. And I've been ignoring and avoiding people so much more graceful than what I ever have in the past. And I've been learning how to be more disciplined with my reactions to people, and to center myself, and I've been able to gain a lot of emotional intelligence, and it has gotten to a point where a lot of the weight has not even just literally gotten off of my shoulders and off of my back and off of my body, but off of my mind too, because I can see people so clearly now. People who I didn't realize back then that were just jealous, I can see them very clearly now. And that's what Vanessa Bell Calloway told Angela Bassett in the movie What's Love Got to Do with It. She said that once you when you chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo and look in the Gohanzan and chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, you can see yourself clearly. And when you can see yourself clearly, you can change anything for the better. Okay, that's basically what she told, what Vanessa Bell Calloway's character told Angela Bassett, who played Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It. She told Angela Bassett that in the movie. That's basically what she was saying. You can see yourself clearly when you embrace the Lotus Sutra, and when you just, become self-aware in general. You use any type of prayer, whatever you do with good intentions to back it up. You can see yourself clearly. You can awaken. You can be more self-aware. You can see other people's hearts. You can see their mind. You can feel them. You can feel their vibration stronger when you really use your prayer, your chanting in my case, and, really try to practice being a good person and a more compassionate, empathetic person like I've been trying to do. I've been able to see people's true natures from the past. Now I can feel their vibration. Even me now, I understand that y'all would feel what I'm feeling right now, which is in a way, it's kind of fear, worry. Okay. It's like, it's also like, I cannot believe this almost. I can't believe that that a lot of my life was probably manipulated. Okay, so I'm just, but I mean, you can, it is impossible. It is possible to go back to the past. Don't let nobody fool you, because I know this is going to sound crazy, but it is possible to go back to the past. But do I want to go back to the past? No, not really. Do I want to do better in the future? Yes. Am I looking forward to the future? And do I still do I have hope for the future? Yes. There are days when I don't. And I'm gonna be honest, a little bit, like recently in the last hour, I was feeling kind of, less hopeful or less optimistic than usual, because something happened to where what I'm used to people doing things to try to aggravate me, provoke me, antagonize me to get a reaction. Because you know why they do it, just like what I went back to. Thieves don't break into empty houses, okay? So it's got to be something valuable in there for them to want to take, okay? For them to even want, for a thief, I'm talking about a thief, to break into an empty house. So that means that they would have to be plotting. They would know what's in that house for them to even want to steal in the first place. They know it's something valuable within us, okay? The targeted individual, they know it's something valuable in that house. But they're going to try to act like, well, why would I do that? If they get caught, why would I do that? There's nothing in there that I would want. I have this and that. That's the same thing with somebody that is targeted, or somebody who has been put down throughout life, disregarded, disrespected, and they could never really see a reason why they would be treated that way, especially if they were always trying to be nice and amicable and be the type of person that wanted to understand others' feelings. They would never understand, why would somebody want to harm me when I'm trying to get in love? Well, you got something that they want, but they know they can't have. And I'm going to leave y'all with that message today. And I hope y'all like, comment, subscribe, share my video, hit the notification bell if you like. Share my video. And I will see y'all in another video, or you will hear me in another video potentially. Possibly, and I will see y'all in another one, my lotus flowers, and I hope y'all have an amazing rest of the day, and I will too, and just hang in there with me, okay? All right, bye, peace, I'm out, bye-bye.